Top of the morning, everybody. If you're watching the video, which I know that you aren't because nobody does, and I would like to personally thank you for that. I have a new weave in and she's feeling sprightly. She's, I don't know. I look like my name is Carly with a K. And I live in Azusa. It's a little long. I just wanted to live with the length for like a week and then I'm going to chop it tomorrow. I don't know who needs to hear this right now. It doesn't matter how much hair you have in your head. More is more. And once I feel the tight pull of my scalp fighting for its life with 18 pounds of conflict-free hair extensions in my head, I get a pep in my step. You know, it is very 2014. I'm about one click away from hair tinsel and a crossbody bag, but this is who I am to my core, and I'm just working with it right now. Funny story about hair extensions, actually. Yesterday I went and got my blood drawn because I just want to get tested. I want like a blood panel. I just want to see if there's like a quick fix to lose 6 pounds that doesn't include a semaglutide or diet or exercise. So I'm just banking on a hormone imbalance so that I can like shove a pill up my ass once a week and lose 6 pounds. You know, I'm just trying to find whatever the quickest fix is, to be exactly like I was before I gave birth. That's what I'm trying to get back to. I want that metabolism. I want that waistline. And is it toxic? Yes. Is it true? Yes. And I really think that skinny toxic culture is on the way back. People are smoking cigarettes. People are embracing, casual drug use. And I'm here for it. You know, I'm a 90s baby and it feels nostalgic. Like, bring back Kate Moss. Nobody wants to say it, but I feel it in my soul. And I'm not looking to, make any personal lifestyle adjustments. I just want a quick fix. So I was doing blood work yesterday and, you have to fast beforehand. It's a little queasy. I went to a new place because I was told that the nurse is amazing and she was. She is just like, she had a cunt ass bob, Middle Eastern, no muss, no fuss, she's just like, piss in cup. I'm like, okay, I'll do whatever you say. Like I would have bent over and let her just have her way with me. Anything she said, she had like an air of authority and assertive energy and just kind of like bossy and bitchy and cute. And I just was obsessed with her from the jump. The office, a little dingy. There's like one swinging light bulb. Like it's a, scene in Saw. And I'm like, is this like regulated? Like, what? Okay, so I'm checking in. Oh my God, I almost forgot to even mention this. Now I need you to understand something. I know indefinitely that a lot of podcasters, make up grandiose stories for the sake of content. And we can't blame them for it. After a certain however many years, shit gets stale. Life goes on. You're circling the drain. No one can attest to this more than I. Maybe it's why I subliminally, ooh, that just rolled off the tongue. Maybe it's why I unconsciously, start tussles in suburbia so that I have a story to tell the next week. Because, not much has gone on this week. The past 3 days, I got like a note from someone being like, hey, just an FYI, like, it'd be nice if you posted a little more content. I'm like, hey, Cheryl, guess what? I didn't do anything today. I went to the market. I watched Miss Rachel. I got my biogels. Like, it's not interesting. I didn't do anything of interest today. Okay. I bought some new outdoor plants. I'm hardly going to set up my tripod for that. Like, nobody gives a fuck and a half that I'm making a chicken piccata. Maybe they do. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. Anywho, I need you to know that this is not one of those instances where I am making this up. This is the truest story. Like, this is real. Okay. I go to check in to my unregulated blood draw. They ask for my name and my birthday. I give them my name and my birthday. They say, oh, you live in Texas. Did you recently move? I say, no, I do not live in Texas. I live here. Have you ever lived in Texas? No, I've never lived in Texas. They say, did you ever have a medical appointment in Texas? I said, no, bitch. I haven't ever done anything in fucking Texas. I spent 48 hours in Texas and there no notes, nothing to report. She goes, how do you spell your name again? I give her my name. She goes, do you have any family that lives in Texas? Is your husband from Texas? I say, nobody I fucking know lives in Texas. No. The answer is no. Okay. She says, this is the weirdest thing. There is someone with your exact name, the exact spelling that was born on your exact birthday. Okay, we're talking same month, same day, same year, same first and last name, living in Texas. I barely read. We covered this last week and many weeks before it. I don't read books. The only book that I can remember from middle school was a book called Stranger with My Face. Somebody somewhere Google it, okay? Stranger with My Face. I was very into psychological horror books around age 12, age 13. I don't know if that's just a little insight into what I was working with in the old kookadoodle-doo. But Stranger with My Face, okay? And it was about a young girl, okay, named Carly with 2 E's. And I barely remember. Basically saw another person with her face. Hence the title, Stranger with My Motherfucking Face, okay? And I say, I forget what the woman's name was. I think her name was Veronica. I said, Veronica, are you sure? She said, yes. Here's her whole, probably unprofessional, showed me this girl's whole medical history. So I either have a stranger with my face, and by face, I mean the same birthday and the same fucking name living in Texas, or I have an identity thief, okay? And for whatever reason, she has chosen my name and my birthday to get quite a bit of blood drawn. And then I don't know. So if your name is Jacqueline Schimmel and you were born on August 18th, 1990, and you live in Texas and I have your address, I'm not going to announce it because that is illegal, but I know where you live. Something to do with Commonwealth, okay? Which, by the way, is fabulous. Oh my God. Health is wealth, baby. Please reach out. Please reach out because I can't wrap my head around it. I have been trying to workshop this, how this is possible. I know there's lots of people roaming the planet, but doesn't it seem just fucking crazy that someone would be my exact age, born on my exact day with the exact same name? What are the fucking chances? Stranger with my face. So after that revelation, I check in, I piss in the cup, I go give her a vein. She tells me she can always smell when someone's a drug addict. And I was like, really? I'm like, what do I smell like? And she's like, you don't do drugs. And I'm like, is it because of my veins? She's like, no, I can just tell. She's like, I can 5 miles away, I can tell a drug addict. And I was like, well, I hope my veins are popping for you, Veronica. So I had to give an obscene amount of blood and there was no background music. There was no smooth jazz. I give her my arm and I hear the Niagara Falls, Grand River Rapids, Knott's Berry Farm blood gushing out of my arm. And I'm getting a little uncomfortable and I'm trying to chat to pass the time. And she says, after this, I hope you, have a day of self-care, go get yourself a big breakfast. I'm like, yeah, I might get a bagel, but sometimes the bagels linger. I'm just chit-chatting. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even go get breakfast. Veronica, I have to hightail it to the valley because I got to go pick up a bag of hair. I'm getting extensions tomorrow. She says, literally, it's like a record scratch. She goes, no. I said, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, am I not allowed to get extensions after giving blood? That doesn't make sense. She goes, no, Jackie. I'm like, what, Veronica, why? She says, have you seen the TikToks about the worms in the brain? I said, ma'am, I'm already a bit lightheaded and queasy hearing the blood gush out of my arm, like a little low-key uncomfy. I don't really want to discuss worms in brains. And I was like, I am unaware of the worms in the brains. Whatever do you mean, Veronica? She says, I hear that the hair shops scalp. This is all while I'm getting blood. I can barely talk about it because I'm starting to get like a little, like I'm starting to have PTSD. She's like, they're scalping corpses in Europe and then they're selling the hair for discount, and the hair is still alive. Like it doesn't lose its, I don't know. She's saying that the hair still lives on after the body goes, and that a bunch of people have come forward saying that there was like some type of a worm in the hair that like infiltrated their scalp because they got hair extensions. And now I'm dry heaving. And now I'm starting to like, I'm going to pass away while I'm gushing blood. I'm like, no, okay, that's good. And I finally just said, I was like, Veronica, I'm still going to put a weave in my head, but thank you for this really vital information. Like, it seems like the wrong time to deliver said message. And then I started Googling and I'm like, Veronica, I can't find one fucking thing about the worms in the head. And like, am I still going to go get some Ukrainian hooker hair to sew into my scalp? Yeah, because summer is around the corner. Leo season is upon us, and I need to whip my hair back and forth like Willow Smith, okay? Worms and all. Bring on the worms. I already had a reptile infestation in the house. There's such thing. I think they're called crocodile reptiles, and there have been 3 in my house in the past week because I've had a lot of guys like touching up walls, doing things. I also have my sister-in-law and her 2 kids here. Andrew has left me for dead. He'll be so happy I could work this into the conversation, because anytime he can work it into a conversation along with head to toe merch. Andrew's at the Masters. Andrew's at the fucking Masters. So my sister-in-law is here, who I love. Thank fucking God. I legitimately, like, it sounds like a lie. Also, I love my sister-in-law. In a burning building, I would save her in a heartbeat over her fucking brother. Okay, I literally looked at her last night after 1 martini and I was like, your brother's weird. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he presents as like a cool, chill bro, but he's fucking weird. He's weird. And that's just, I mean, that was it. And she's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. He's just fucking weird. He's a weird dude. So he's at the Masters, just circle jerking with his fucking bros, buying merch. He's like, do you think I need to bring like an extra suitcase? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're going for 3 fucking days. Like, carry on, okay, you bitch. He's like, now I need to check a bag. Sorry, throat's closing up. He's like, I'm going to need to check a bag. I'm like, why? He was almost going to bring his golf clubs. Oh my God, maybe he did bring his golf clubs. I didn't even check. I didn't even ask. There's something, it's also deeply triggering. He's like, I need a separate bag so I can bring merch home. I said, Andrew, if you bring me a coral visor again, like you did last year, I will cut one of your testicles up and I will put it in a smoothie and I will serve it to you, okay? After I've miseried your ass and buckled you to a bed, okay? And then chop your fucking legs off so you can't putz around next year at the goddamn Masters. Also, they don't have phones. It's a whole fucking thing, okay? What was I saying? Yeah. So he brought a separate bag so he can get merch. Like a buttercream yellow. Buttercream is the color of the season. Now, I predicted that many moons ago. Remember when I went on Cameo for 48 hours just so I could make enough money to buy the Bottega Veneta hop bag in yellow, which from the 2023 collection that I had to have sourced from out of the country. I don't want to make fashion trends about me because I'm hardly the fashion icon, Carly from Azusa, aka Simi, aka Pacoima. But I do feel like that was my doing, because I feel like I said not long ago that I'm bringing back a buttercream yellow. It looks great on blondes. It looks great on brunettes. It looks great on everybody. but not in the form of Masters merch with my pear-shaped husband. It's not happening. I'm like, you really have some fucking nerve to come in here rolling like balls deep with a buttercream polo shirt, okay? Like you're Patrick Schwarzenegger in The White Lotus, okay? You were, no. What? No, it's a little too waspy. It's a little too Thomas Ravenel, like waspy Southern. I'm like, that's not what I signed up for. You're supposed to be a cool, chill music producer. And now you're cosplaying as this, I don't know, chicken club sandwich golfer bro, frat rat. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's just me, my sister-in-law, and 3 children in the old Schimmel-Haas household. And, you know, I got to be honest, my sister-in-law is a much more hands-on mother than I am. And I'm seeing it through a different lens. I've zoomed out of it. Like, it's not that I'm a free-range parent. It's just that, like, you know, I let Clyde do what he wants and then experience consequences. So, like, I'm not hardcore supervising him in the home. And yeah, you know, seeing it through another person's, like my sister-in-law is like the best mom. She's in the trenches. She never complains. She's got, you know, I've seen her like alone with 3 children, like juggling them like balls. And she just goes to bed with a smile on her face. You know, she is as cool, calm, and collected and hands-on and in the pool and doing the thing with the sand, activities. She lands on a, I don't know, 7-hour flight. She left at 1:30 in the morning LA time. Okay. She arrives, she takes her kids straight to a fucking farm to go like pick vegetables and pet chickens. Okay. And I'm like sitting in a parking lot having a chicken Caesar wrap, like counting down till the very last minute where I can pick up Clyde from his Montessori. You know what I mean? I can make those jokes because I'm a wonderful mother. You bitches wish, okay? I'm sure the Reddit threads are gonna be, wow, Jackie, fuck you, Carly, fuck you. Anyways, tomorrow morning, everybody take a deep breath because what I'm about to say is gonna shock you and jilt you and make you question everything you thought you knew. Tomorrow morning, okay, I'd like to just tell you what the weather is gonna be tomorrow so you can really metabolize this. Tomorrow is going to be 86 motherfucking degrees. 86 degrees. Okay. Keep in mind, I have a very fresh, very taut weave sewn into my scalp. Okay. I am rising with the sun, strapping my little fat fuck into my car and heading to the Santa Barbara Zoo. Now, if you are a longtime listener of this podcast, you know that I have experienced severe trauma at the Santa Barbara Zoo. When I was 12 years old, I was invited to a birthday party. We sauntered to said Santa Barbara Zoo, and these dumb cunts blindfolded me and brought me into the bird atrium. And I've not really gotten over it. It's been 23 years nearly, and I still think about it. I can still close my eyes, smell the Santa Barbara surf line, and hear the flap, flap, flap of a pterodactyl just coming for my fucking head, you know? While my braces, while I'm just like salivating at the mouth and thinking about how I'm going to soft launch my headgear at the sleepover that was to follow. So I love Santa Barbara. I dabble often. I wince when I see the off-ramp sign that says Santa Barbara Zoo. Like, I have little to zero desires to ever step foot at that Santa Barbara Zoo, let alone on a fucking Saturday in 86 degrees, okay, with all those gremlin overbite children touching everything, okay, and like coughing on my kid and like, Mom, I want to see the walruses. Like, it is going to be a test of endurance, patience, just presentability, social graces. I am doing it because I love my niece and nephew and I want to be part of the memory. I love my sister-in-law. I want to be a support system for her. I also would like to just pretend to be a hands-on activity mom for 2.5 hours. I do have a backup plan, okay? I've already map quested the time to get from the Santa Barbara Zoo to the Rosewood Hotel, and they've got great fish tacos there. And, free-range parenting. If the Santa Barbara Zoo just is too much for me to metabolize, I've already been pretty transparent with my zoo crew. I was like, if I say that I'm going to the bathroom and then you never see me again, I will be at the Rosewood having a Aperol Spritz and a shrimp taco with a side of guacamole and a ceviche to boot, while Clyde just, bangs his head against a glass wall. I don't know. That's where I will be. And I'm like, I'd rather lay on those train tracks, that Santa Barbara train track, and be run over a few times by the Amtrak than go to the fucking Santa Barbara Zoo. But that's where I'll be. Carly and her new extensions are headed north. If you're like me and the only thing higher than your standards is your arch pain, listen up. Let me tell you, G-Defy shoes, G as in gravity, Defy as in defy pain, have been a lifesaver for my feet, my knees, and my back. These shoes are made for people who are on their feet all day, moms, nurses, teachers, Pasadena antiquers, you name it. They have this patented VersoShock technology that absorbs shock, helps align your whole body, and reduces pain from running, walking, and standing. You will feel the difference immediately. No more aching feet. After a long day, your knees won't feel like they're 90 years old. And they're cute, not like those clunky, old, gross orthopedic shoes. Wear them with leggings, wear them with a casual dress, okay? Go to gdefy.com and use the code BITCH for 30% off orders over $120, or text the word BITCH to 91888. That's gdefy.com, code BITCH. You're welcome. Now that I've decided to ruin my life and go back on tour, I've been a bit busy, okay? There are lots of logistics to cover, and one of the things that's fallen to the wayside is mealtime. I have had little to no time to grocery shop. I'm pilfering through a flash drive of old childhood videos, and it's, taking up a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie, okay? So grocery shopping, not really on the cards for me right now. And preparing a gorgeous home-cooked meal, that feels very out of reach, but luckily Hungry Root has been a total lifesaver. Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped into one. And when I say personal, I mean personal, okay? So as you keep shopping with them, they give you better and better personalized recommendations based on your likes, your dislikes. It's so easy. It's tailored to all your preferences, which I love. They take care of the weekly grocery shopping, recommending healthy groceries and meals tailored to you. They make it so easy to eat high-quality, nutritious food, achieve any diet or health goals, from anti-inflammatory to gut-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, high-protein, and more. Shopping, planning, and cooking food really can be simple and stress-free. All of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less, with over 15,000 recipes shipped each week. There is something for every taste and nutritional preference, okay? I made the crispy chili shrimp tacos last week, and I am still foaming at the mouth over them. I love Hungry Root. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/bitchbible and use code bitchbible. That is hungryroot.com/bitchbible, code bitchbible, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/bitchbible, code bitchbible. Okay, I want to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Ooh, I love it. 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 Okay. Dorit Kemsley is getting kind of mixed reviews. Some people say she's being too harsh. Some people say they're loving it. I have to say, I'm loving it. I'm loving every second. She sat down, she assessed the situation, and she's coming in fucking hot. And that's what a reunion is for. And the whole counter argument of her calling someone a stupid cunt and a dumb cunt was so abrasive and aggressive. Get with the times. That's not that big of a deal. I feel like if I look back at past seasons, I have always said this about Dorit. I think Dorit's like biggest offenses as a housewife have been that like maybe she's a little bit like loud with luxury and over the top and the glam and the outfits and the logos and the Bentley and the accents but like none of that is actually offensive. That's not hurting anybody. And I don't think she's ever been, I don't think you could pull an example where she was someone that like instigated a fight or like intentionally tried to hurt someone. She's always, I mean, what's so funny is last season, everyone was like, oh, she's boring. She has no storyline. She's too nice. Like she brings nothing to the table. Then she brings something to the table and, you know, she's this, that, the other thing. I think she clocked the fuck in and we should celebrate her for it. And also, if we look at Dorit as a pie chart, okay, which is what I do because it's called Housewives analysis. She, historically speaking, majority of the time has always been supportive baby. Like she's always been pretty cool to the other women. Obviously, she's been in spats here and there, but nothing's been like gross. Nothing. She's never gone for the jugular. She doesn't instigate real fights or, you know, we see this all the time. We see dirty shit. She doesn't get dirty, in my opinion. She makes little, you know, she'll make a remark about Kyle's fashion show, or she'll say something about someone's outfit, or she'll have like a quippy little remark, but we're not talking like real housewives level 10 shit, okay? And I think she just really, I mean, as plain as day, got sick and tired of the bullshit. And Sutton, historically, and I love Sutton, I think she's a great housewife, Sutton gets in the shit pit. You know, Sutton, she's done it with basically everybody. And, you know, she can play the fawn in the woods, but I don't think it was unwarranted at all. I don't think it was unwarranted. And it's interesting to watch Garcelle. She's just so over it. She's so insanely over it. And she just doesn't like Dorit. Like, that's okay too. Not everybody has to like everyone. But at the end of the day, I would say from the jump, Garcelle doesn't fuck with Dorit, okay? And it's okay. And she's been pretty consistent with it. And we can like make it because it's this or it's about that or it's about that. It ain't about anything. Garcelle, let's simplify. Garcelle does not like Dorit. Maybe they have some hormonal estrogen, the pheromones aren't aligning, whatever it is. They don't get along. Jennifer Tilly. Okay, I would take a bullet for Jennifer Tilly. She is one of the greatest stars of our time. I love Jennifer Tilly. I hope she comes back. Kathy Hilton to me is a wild fucking ride. I love Kathy Hilton. The whole that whole dynamic is very, very interesting to me. But I think that Sutton throws a grenade and then very much so changes the narrative to be the victim. I think she's the victim in every storyline that involves her, and it's getting old because you can't spit vitriol. You can't play smart and stupid at the same time. And it's just like, how many times are you going to dance the same dance? Like we got to rejig the format. We got to get back to basics. I thought what she said to Dorit, and I thought Dorit's response was, I didn't think it was that brutal. Everyone said it was so brutal. I did not find it to be, there was no sting factor to me because, by the way, it would only sting if it were true. And if it's true, then the truth hurts, you know, quack, quack. I don't know what to say. This is some of what Dorit said. Okay. You haven't said 2 words since you got here. I'm doing Dorit head, by the way. I'm doing Dorit bobblehead. In case you're wondering. You haven't said 2 words since you got here. Where's the woman with the really beady stare who wants to go low? Okay. And everyone kind of gasped. This person is not genuine. This isn't who shows up. And that's definitely not who was here all season long. The only thing your wallet bought you was a horse, not a date. You don't live like the Queen of Sheba. You live on a fucking main road. That to me, put that on my tombstone. I want to move to a main road so that someone can say that about me. And like the fact Sutton just should have laughed and been like, okay, bitch, it's there. There's something, I could teach a course on this. There is something so diffusive about just laughing it off. Like if Sutton would have just laughed when Dorit said that, Sutton would have won. But because she just, the beady little stare, that makes me laugh. When anyone says anyone has like a beady stare, you think of like rodents. I don't know. It's very funny to me. And living on the shade. Nobody loves real estate shade more than me. Nobody loves real estate shade more than me. I love it. I think it's so petty. I think it's so funny. I think it's so minorly insulting, but it's rich and it's niche. When Dorit says that you don't live like the queen of you don't live like the queen of Sheba. You live on a fucking main road behind the gates in Bel Air. It was in that moment that I thought, Dorit, thank you. Cue Alanis Morissette. Thank you. You know, I don't even want to talk about Kanye West. I think this is the last time I'm ever going to utter his name on a podcast because I think that all he wants in his manic little brain, which, by the way, I'm not making light of his mental health issues. I think it's pretty abundantly clear that he's got some really fucked up mental health issues. Being mentally ill doesn't make you a terribly disgusting, vitriolic, hateful maniac of a person. I think he's bad. I think he's a bad dude. And I think he's dangerous. So I don't ever want to give him more attention. I think his currency, the only currency that he can metabolize is attention. And he will go to any length to get said attention. So I don't really want to give him any more airtime. But he tweeted, I hate him so much. He tweeted something about Taylor Swift, which was gross, saying that the example of racism is that Justin Bieber and Harry Styles fucked Taylor Swift from both sides and didn't call me. That's a disgusting thing to say. Allegedly, Taylor Swift took legal action, got the tweet taken down, rightfully so. Like to even say something, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. Look at Taylor Swift and look where her life is and what she's doing and her impact. And then look at you, Kanye West. You're a fucking loser. You are a anti-Semitic, problematic. I think he's racist. He's disgusting. He should be ashamed of himself. I feel so terrible for his children. Terrible for his children. And I didn't even discuss like Kim Kardashian owns the trademark to all of her children's names and was pursuing legal action against Kanye West, who is using Northwest's name in affiliation with his music project or something. And she got shit for that because simple people don't understand, like, she trademarked their names. She owns the rights to their own names. Like, is everything business and money and greed for that family? It's a smart thing to do. She's protecting her children because, you know, when Northwest grows up and wants to have a career or college, like, to be included in his narrative is very dangerous long term for those children. So for her to pursue legal action, I would do the same exact thing. The same exact thing. And the fact that she has to deal with this on such a public scale with someone who is so the definition of unhinged and is constantly given a platform to spew dangerous inner monologues of his morally bankrupt, corrupt head, and then people enable him with the likes and the hearts and the retweets. It's so fucking dangerous. I posted a video of my geriatric grandma calling her a bitch, and I got notified by fucking Instagram, okay, for policy guidelines. But Kanye West can tweet the most dangerous, problematic shit, okay? And you know what it is? That tweet about Taylor Swift, that's sexual harassment. It's harassing and it's disgusting. And then he says that Taylor Swift is the reason that he wasn't invited to perform at the Super Bowl. No, that's not why. That's not why, Kanye. It's because everybody fucking hates you. For many new moms, hair thinning is an unexpected and frustrating part of motherhood. Luckily, there is something you can do about it. Nutrafol's postpartum supplement was OBGYN formulated to target root causes of postpartum hair thinning like sleepless nights, hormonal changes, nutrient gaps, and stress while using breastfeeding-friendly ingredients. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. That's why this Mother's Day, Nutrafol makes the perfect gift. There is something for every mom on your list. The postpartum formula is great for women in the first year after giving birth. The Women's Balance formula is perfect for women 45 and up experiencing perimenopause or menopause. And of course, the women's formulas are great for those who are in between life stages. My hairline was totally vakakta after Clyde, and Nutrafol was the only thing that helped restore it. I took their postpartum formula, and within just a couple months, I noticed that my hairline was thicker, and my hair in general was so much fuller and stronger. There's already enough to stress about as a new mom, so the least you can do is keep your weave looking absolutely stunning. This Mother's Day, consider Nutrafol the best-selling hair growth supplement. Whether you're gifting it to yourself or a loved one, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off any order. Enjoy free shipping when you subscribe. Go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code BibleGift. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Bible Gift. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Bible Gift. Okay, I was so stressed about everything baby related when I was pregnant. The last thing someone should have to think about is if your nutrient support is pregnancy safe. That's why it was such a relief when I found Ritual. Their mom founded, third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes, and share the sources and suppliers behind their key ingredients. Ritual offers tailored nutrient support for key phases of pregnancy, from fertility support formulated to support conception outcomes to their essential prenatal and postnatal multis to support key nutrient needs before, during, and after pregnancy, to their essential protein daily shake formulated specifically for pregnancy and postpartum. That is what mom-founded pregnancy support looks like. I loved their prenatal. Not only did I know that I was getting all the nutrients me and my demon seed needed, but it also just like alleviated any of my concerns about morning sickness because, you know, like I was so worried about that. And these are really sensitive stomach friendly, which is why I took the Ritual multivitamin so many years ago because I'm like, oh, this isn't going to like screw up my stomach. We love it. Okay. They also, the formula includes vitamin A, C, D3, and zinc to help support normal immune function, omega-3, DHA to support fatty acid content of breast milk, and biotin and choline to support women's increased nutrient requirements during lactation. You got everything you need in a delayed release capsule that makes it gentle on an empty stomach. When it comes to pregnancy support, you want products backed by research and transparency. Mom-founded Ritual puts in the work and shows you the proof. Get 25% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/Bible. That is ritual.com/Bible for 25% off your first month. I'm coming to you live day 5 of solo parenting post zoo and NAD injection. I had to break up this recording into 2 separate parts because I was just being a hands-on mother. I'd like to retract a previous comment. I had said previously in this episode that I was a free-range parent. I am a free-range parent in my home because I believe in cause and effect. So I kind of let him do his thing until I hear, a crash or a cry or the breaking of a fragile object. But I find that the more I hover, the more or the less cautious he is. And I feel like when I let him do his thing, he's just a careful kid and he's fairly well trained. I walk around with a little bedazzled spritz bottle of vinegar. And when he starts touching, the trinkets that I've acquired over the years, I give him a quick spray and a sting to the retina and he stops touching shit. I'm kidding, in case you're stupid. I'm free range, but manners forward. And I just, I've realized like being out in the open world, sometimes I snap at my child. I snap a lot. I'll be like, hey. And people don't like that very much. And I've just learned a lot about parenting styles by being out in the wild and seeing strangers with their children and the looks on their faces when I reprimand my son. Like, I like taking him antiquing. It's one of the things we do together. And unfortunately, per last week's episode, we have learned that child leashes are not of the times. But if I could find one, something bedazzled, something with mixed metals, grommets, whatever, like, I'd be so down. But the truth is that I believe the children are our future. I am the dictator of this family. This is not a democracy situation. I don't work for my son. In theory, yes. Do I prepare all of his meals? Do I wipe his ass? Do I clothe him? Do I chauffeur him? Of course. But there has to be a shift in the power dynamic at some point in time where, like, I'm not making him. Now it's different, but when he's a little older, like, I'm not making him 14 different breakfasts because he doesn't want something or something. Like, that's not happening. You know what I mean? And I think so much about what my mom did when we were younger, and she had a lot of great lines. She would always say, like, I'm not a short order cook. And we knew that if we were at a restaurant, albeit the Macaroni Grill or a Chili's, that, like, it was a luxury that we were able to attend with my parents. They would much rather us be home with a babysitter. So if we're going to go to a restaurant, butts in seats, feet on floor. I say it all the time to Clyde, even though it's not really registering. Butts in seats, feet on floor. At restaurants, we sit, okay? We do not scream. We do not throw things. Granted, my son throws everything, but I'm trying to instill and indoctrinate in his soul that he's very lucky to be at a restaurant, and manners forward. Manners are important. When did kids become barn animals? Okay? Like, I'm over it. My son is a barn animal. I'd like to go on record. I went to the zoo. Clyde belongs in one of those fucking cages, but I'm trying my very hardest to instill manners forward, free range parenting. And it is not going well. I just want him to be able, I think it's such a life skill too for the future. I want him to be able to go into any environment outside of his home and know how to behave. People don't like the word behave. It's gotten a really bad rep over the past few years. Women shouldn't behave. Like, women who behave rarely make history. Behave. You know what? We are fucking animals, okay? And out there, it is a zoo. And we need to learn, I went to the Santa Barbara Zoo. I'm not sure if I mentioned it the past 18 times. You go into a certain habitat and the kangaroos get to hop with the people, okay? The lions are in cages. Am I going to get canceled for going to the zoo? I had an epiphany about halfway during my hands-on mothering where I'm like, do people get canceled for going to the zoo? I know SeaWorld is a big no-no. Like, Loki would love to take Clyde to SeaWorld. I will say that when I went to SeaWorld many moons ago, like 8 years ago, it felt a little dirty and I did feel bad for the wall. I felt bad for the whales and the seals and the dolphins, but like not bad enough to not go again. Like, if it's open, at least give Shamu the decency of a crowd. Like, if he's held captive, like maybe, and he's learned all of those tricks, let's flip the switch on Shamu. Let's look at it from a different lens. Let's zoom out a little bit. Shamu ain't free, guys. He's still there. He's still locked up in his little pool. And at bare minimum, he has been training against his will for years and years and years to flip and clap and dance and shake her tits, okay? So at bare minimum, he gets out there and, raises his snout and he's got an empty auditorium. Like, at bare minimum, we've now at this point, post-Blackfish, Shamu's still there. And now Shamu's a has-been. So he doesn't even get the slight reprieve of being a captive from a sad little San Diego fanny pack clad family giving him a little clap, clap, clap in the soak zone. So you know what? Let's go back to SeaWorld. Is SeaWorld still open? What do we think? What are our bets? I think it's still open. SeaWorld San Diego. Still fucking open. 55% off tickets and more. Okay, we're going. Blackfish, they tried. She believed she could, and she fucking didn't. She didn't. There's still one-of-a-kind animal experiences, sea lion interactions, feeding dolphins, and viewing killer whales. Somebody sign me up. We're going to SeaWorld. I have had so many traumatic events at so many amusement parks. I remember my grad night at Disneyland. I fully decomposed because I'm just someone that goes to bed at 8:30 p.m. and I was trying to like be cool and do the thing. We're up all night. In California, if you live in Los Angeles, when you graduate public high school, they close down Disneyland all night for all the seniors to go. It's grad night. You go, you ride all the rides. It's like everyone was so excited. When I tell you that I was dreading this since 7th grade, when I knew that I had, 6 years to emotionally prepare for Disneyland grad night or like fake an ailment because I just wanted to be like not a fucking weirdo, not a geriatric princess, and be like, yeah, I'm going to sneak a Smirnoff Ice and we're going to party at Disneyland. I'm like, it's dirty. I'm cold. I can't go on the water log ride because my Fantastic Sam's blow dry is going to just get all fucked up. I'm not free spirited. I don't want to be up all night. By 12 a.m., it was like I started unraveling. And my boyfriend at the time was like, isn't this the best? He was so excited. All of our friends were like, woo! And I was like, like holding on for dear life. There was a point around, I would say 3 or 4 a.m., I'll never forget it. I was so upset too that like my boyfriend wasn't like being cognizant of like how emotionally frail I was becoming during the Disneyland grad night. And I was just in a bad mood. Like if I don't sleep, I decompose. Like I have no faculties. And it was about 4 a.m. and I found a bench on Main Street, I'll never forget it. It was like an emerald green iron slatted bench. And I planked face down, weeping, okay, crying hysterically with my like senior hoodie over my head, trying to fall asleep, covering my eyes and trying to fall asleep face down at Disneyland grad night, okay? Because I was just so fucking miserable. I was so miserable. And I remember I had like a super light tampon in, and then that wasn't working. I didn't have a backup tampon. I'm tired. I'm bleeding. Somebody gave me a maxi pad. This is a true story. Oh my God. See, this is why I don't really need therapy, because I'm unlocking a lot of things. I had my super light tampon. We've been over this many, many times. I took a dick before I took a tampon, and it's not lovely to say. I don't know how to preface that. I don't know how to say it. I got my period somewhat late. I didn't understand there were 3 holes. My mom gave me the first tampon she ever let me insert in myself, and I got the wrong hole. Okay, backdoor Betsy over here. She gave me this sick fucking bitch. She gave me a Super Plus cardboard applicator prison tampon and like was like, have at it, give it a whack. Okay, it was like whack-a-mole. And I think I put it up my butt, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I wasn't like accurately using tampons until after high school, honestly. I could like maybe slip in a super light here and there, but I was so traumatized, and I just genuinely could not figure out the holes, as one does. So I had my super light in. My boyfriend insisted that we went on Splash Mountain, and I was like, I need a trash bag, a poncho, Jesus Christ, and like some Goyim ancestors to roll the fuck through, because I just got a fresh blow dry. We just graduated. Like the hair's never looked better. Fantastic Sam's or bust. And like, I'm not willing to sacrifice this blow dry to be like cool on the log jammer. Like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? But everyone's like, come on. It was like tale as old as time. It's what's happening to me now. It's what happens to everybody. Like, come on. Who cares? It's fun. Chill. Relax. toxic. You bitches are fucking toxic. Stop telling other females to calm down or like, who cares? Chill. I'm not chill. I'm never going to be chill. I don't want to be calm. I don't want to be chill. I provide a certain zest and spice, a sprinkling, okay? A sumac, a paprika, okay? A chili seasoning, whatever you want to fucking call it. I'm offering that, okay? You are lemon pepper on your best day, a Salisbury lemon pepper, okay? I am giving something that you can never fucking understand. Shaka shaka. So stop telling me to calm the fuck down. Do you know how long this Fantastic Sam's blow dry took, okay? It was expensive. This is an investment, okay, into my graduation experience. I don't want to go on Splash Mountain, okay? I'm not going to air dry my hair by the Matterhorn. I don't want to go in the fucking Matterhorn. I don't want to go in fucking Indiana Jones, okay? I don't want to. I have other gifts. Me being shaka shaka chill senior year, no, okay? But I didn't have the tools that I have now. So I'm like, yeah, Splash Mountain, her best, babe. Can't wait. I want to be in the front like a fucking stupid whore, okay? So of course, I tried to take the back seat of the log jam. I'm like, you go in the front. No, you take it. I don't care. Like I've been on the front so many times that like actually you get wetter in the back and I want to be wet. Okay. So they're like, no, I remember I think I was third back. Okay. And I'm like, cool. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I am fighting for my hairline, okay, as we're doing this. I feel the drop coming. I am trying so hard to protect the weave. And of course, it's a monsoon. It's like everyone else is like, I barely got wet. I look like Hurricane Katrina chewed me up and spit me out hard. Okay. And I was soaking wet and I could feel the tampon, my lone super light tampon, exit my body. Okay. And I'm like, fuck. Now I got to make like a prison tamp or shove a churro up there. I don't fucking know. So I find my friend Carly with 2 E's or whatever her fucking name was. And I'm like, hey, do you have a tampon super light, like Pearl Girl? I'm a Pearl Girl. I was a Pearl Girl. Okay. And she's like, no, I only have like a backup maxi pad. I'm like, oh, of course. And I was like, give it to me. Okay. So I get the maxi pad and I was still, the pants are wet. My thong, my one thong is wet. Okay. My maxi pad has now turned into a flotation device. It's absorbing all the post water, from the fucking Splash Mountain. Now I'm walking around, I'm walking wide, chafing around with a full raft in my undercarriage. I'm wet. I'm tired. My hair looks like shit. It's 4 a.m. My boyfriend's like, woo! Pirates of the Caribbean, bitch. And I am so emotionally frail. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get home? I'm stuck in Anaheim, crying on a bench with the Titanic in between my legs. So that's strike one for fucking Disneyland. This week's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Luxury should be associated with bags and hotels, not with therapy. Therapy should feel accessible, but it can definitely feel out of reach when traditional in-person sessions can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session. Luckily, with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save an average of up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress, and that's something luxury can't buy, okay? BetterHelp is such an amazing place to start therapy. I truly believe everyone benefits from therapy. It's the best place to start, whether you need coping skills or you just need an ear to purge. Sometimes you don't know what you need, and then you just need to peel back the layers with a licensed professional, okay? BetterHelp is fully online, making it affordable and convenient. They serve over 5 million people worldwide, and you have access to a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Best of all, you can easily switch therapists anytime, no extra cost. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/bitchbible to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bitchbible. What else was I going to say? So I went to the Santa Barbara Zoo yesterday and I was so tickled and surprised that the bird atrium that I encountered in 7th grade with also said shaka shaka chill bitches is gone. It's gone. There was no bird atrium. Clyde had the best time of his life. We were there for all of an hour. I had to tap out. I was with a big group of people and I did my performative, like hands-on mothering. We saw the lions, we saw the giraffes, we saw the penguins, we saw the reptiles, we saw the koala bears. And I was like, I did a quick loop and I was like, you know what? I'm done here. I'm good, you know, and Clyde always knows when I'm over it. I feel like we have such mirrored souls. I woke up at bright and early. Okay. We hightailed it out of here at 9 a.m. I was like the first person at the motherfucking park. I put that bitch in a stroller. Okay. I packed little snackies and ice cold water and I got some baby mineral sunscreen and I put on a sensible bike short and we power walked through the fucking zoo. We did a train ride. I mean, I was like, I kept looking around and just like looking at everyone. I'm like, does everyone see how absolutely adorably maternal I'm being with my son on a Saturday at the fucking Santa Barbara Zoo? Now, you know, everyone went off to feed the giraffes and do the things and play in the playgrounds. I was like, listen, guys, this has been fun. It's been an hour and 8 minutes and we're good. Like Clyde's filled the void, checked the box. I filled the void, checked the box. I started to make my way over to the Rosewood Santa Barbara because what I really needed was a, oh my God, they have the most beautiful beef birria tacos and with a side of guacamole and like an Aperol spritz or a spicy margarita if I was feeling fucking frisky. And I just wanted to like sit in the gorgeousness and like bask in the Montecito air. But I thought, you know what I need? I need to get home and get NAD injections instead. So I went to my friend's house who does injections, took Clyde. We had quite the day, okay? We went home, did a costume change. We went from Santa Barbara to Malibu so that I could start my NAD journey. Nobody's talking about this. I mean, it was good, no knowledge in my head, but NAD it's overpowering the Los Angeles community. Okay. It is, I guess, like the substance, and we're supposed to be injecting it. You can buy the pills, but they say the pills don't work. You need it injected into your body. And it's supposed to give you a new lease on life. Here's the problem. You get one injection, you hand over your credit card, and then they're like, you need to like keep this up for the rest of your life to like see long-term benefits. And I'm like, okay. So my girl, Gabrielle, her Instagram is Gabrielle IV Wellness. Look her up. She'll come to you. She'll inject you with everything, anything from like Zofran to glutathione to NAD. And it's like the good shit. You don't want to get bamboozled. Don't go on Groupon and get like a fucking hodgepodge NAD injection. You don't want to do it. She does IV infusions. It's fucking fantastic. Okay. So, you kind of have to do it forever, but, I don't remember what the point was. I took my son. I thought it was, you know, it wasn't like the most responsible place to bring my son to a party where people are getting injected with like veins in their veins, because like he was ready to rip and I just saw blood everywhere. But allegedly, the NAD is the substance. It's what everybody's fucking doing and nobody wants to talk about it. I am 99.9% of the time a professional gatekeeper, but I felt like it would be in poor taste not to share. So I'm starting. I'm doing it. Gabrielle was like, you can buy the injections and do it yourself and you can take them home. And I was like, absolutely not. The last thing I need, my housekeeper Rosa, she's already judging the fuck out of me. If she sees a little Tupperware filled with needles, she will tell everyone in the Western Hemisphere that I'm doing meth. And I just can't. I'm not doing it. Andrew doesn't have the stomach to inject me. I'm like, I will never do that. I can't. It's not. Call Megan King Edmonds. Whoa. By the way, speaking of Megan King Edmonds, what's going on with Brandy Glanville? I don't want to talk about it because it feels dirty. I think there's a lot of things going on in the internet. We're seeing too much. And I often wonder Is it the medication or lack thereof? Is it drugs or a lack thereof? It's very hard to decipher. I see this with Brittany a lot. I'm like, is she doing something or is she not doing something? Do you know what I'm saying? We're not entirely sure. And I don't want to know. I don't want to be involved, but I'm worried, and it's not funny to me. It's very, very sad. And if you're gonna segue into a music career, take it from me, you need to be mindful of your decisions, because I am a star and I feel like I have insight. She put out a music video and she's singing a lot. And the hair extension, you know what? My hair extensions look like Brandy Glanville. I love how I'm speaking in a hushed tone like she's going to fucking roll through. The hair is way too long. It's way too long. I got to give it a chop. It's looking like a wrong side of the tracks. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what else I want to talk about? Can you tell? By the way, I'm so mad at Andrew for no reason. I knew that he was going to the Masters. I always know he's going to the fucking Masters. And he comes back and he's so appreciative and he's so for me letting him go, because I do have to let him go. Really? Yes. That's how this fucking goes. When you abandon the partner with the child, it has to be a green light. Of course I'm going to, what am I going to say? No, you can't go because I don't want to be alone with this fucker for 5 days. He's exhausting. Yeah, maybe I should have fucking said that, but she's glowing. It's her entire personality. She's coming back with, trunks of merch. It's all so deeply embarrassing. But it is now Sunday. He arrives home in 8 hours, and I am going to chuck that child into his arms. I'm done here. You know what I mean? It's been cute. It's been fun, but I'm fucking over it. We've done too many activities. He's too unpredictable. And it's been a long weekend. It's been a very long weekend. So that's just a little side note. I'm going to clip that and send him the audio. I have a problem with Neo. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Neo peaked in about 2011. Loves a fedora and like a three-piece. He loves a vest and a fedora, which is kind of enough. It's all we really need to say about Neo. But I feel like Neo's whole career was built on him being this gentleman. I believe his album was Confessions of or Lifestyles of a Gentleman, How to Be a Gentleman, Diary of a Gentleman. If that's Usher, it's a wrap here. Is that an Usher album? That's not going to fare well. That's not good. I'm pretty sure it's Neo. I hate him and his little fedoras. And now, let me make sure. What is Neo's album called? I mean, I'm sure he's had multiple, but only one that matters. And that's just the truth. We're not supposed to say things like that, but here we go. What is Neo's album? Discography. Okay. Oh, he's had 9 studio albums. Who fucking cares? Oh, it was In My Own Words. Year of the Gentleman. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's when he really popped off. It was 2008, okay? And hasn't really done anything of mention since, if I'm being totally honest, except he's been okay, so he used to have a wife. And did they renew their vows in 2022? 4 months later, are we doing Neo coverage? Yes, we are. And then we're going to get to our new segment, Chat GBT Pop Culture Musings with Jackie. So Neo has 3 daughters. Nope, not true. 3 children. One of them might be a daughter. We don't know. And had a long-term wife. They renewed their vows in 2022. 4 months later, the wife files for a divorce, and with the allegations of him fathering a child outside of the marriage. Okay, so they got divorced 2 years ago. He is now very openly in a polyamorous relationship with 4 girlfriends that he totes around and says that they are not allowed to date other people, despite the fact that he's got fucking four girlfriends. When I got with these women, I did not ask for their exclusivity. I did not demand their exclusivity. They asked for it. They came to me and said, I want to be exclusive to you and just you. I said, you understand what your exclusivity to me does not mean my exclusivity to you. You understand this. Yes, you're okay with it. The main rule is just keep it a buck. What the fuck does that mean? We're not going to lie. We're not going to lie to each other. The Give Me Everything. Haven't heard that song, singer explained. We're not going to sit up here and blow smoke. I ain't selling no dreams. And I'm not forcing anybody to be here. If for whatever reason you decide this isn't for you anymore, the door is never locked. Feels a little defensive. You have permission to go on about your business. I don't want anybody to think that I'm manipulating these women into doing something they don't want to do. Okay, doth protest too much. It wasn't exactly planned. I just kind of brought together everybody I was dealing with anyway and said, listen, here's what it is. I don't want to lie to nobody. I don't want anybody to be in the dark about anything. I want to put everything out on the table and give you all the option to either rock with it or not. And everybody chose to rock. So here we are. Okay, Neo, enjoy your fucking fedoras and your 4 girlfriends. I'm sure you're great. Stupid. How do people get away with this shit? I mean, yes, everybody do what you want. See, I'm going to get my ass ripped apart. Like, let them. Okay, Mel Robbins, I'll let them. I just don't think it's fair. I hope all of those 4 girlfriends are fucking a lot of dudes and keeping their fucking options open because you are sharing your boyfriend, your fedora-clad boyfriend that hasn't had a hit since 2008. Okay? Like, come on. Come on. Let's aim higher. I don't know. I find it to be sexist. And I don't even really find it to be sexist. I'm just saying that so nobody gives me any disgruntled DMs because me and my weave can't fucking take it today. Okay, so somebody, what's her name? Kelly. Kelly sent me the chat GBT roast on me. And honestly, it's kind of good. Okay, ready? Oh, Jackie Schimmel, the human eye roll in podcast form, host of the Bitch Bible, which is basically what would happen if Snark got a microphone and never shut up. That's stupid. She's like a champagne. She's like a champagne flute filled with sarcasm and diet pills. That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me. Aesthetically pleasing, probably dangerous, but still somehow always at the party. That's nice. I'm not getting... that's not even marbled with insults. That's diet pills. You had me at diet pills, chat GBT. Jackie built her brand, ew, by saying the things most people are too polite, decent, or employed to say out loud. Okay. It's like if Larry David had a glam squad and fewer boundaries. What? This is so nice. Her entire career, okay, is based on being the friend who ruins brunch with a monologue about how everyone's baby is ugly and their husband is cheating. But you keep inviting her because she's not wrong. Chat GBT, do better. This is weak as fuck. She forged a college diploma with Microsoft Paint and got fired from her job for faking food poisoning to be on TV. True. That's not a resume. That's a cry for help written in winged eyeliner. Dumb. But somehow she landed on her feet and now makes a living bullying pop culture from the comfort of a podcast closet. How dare you? I have this is a beautiful room in my beautiful home, and I have a back studio with hand-painted wallpaper, chat GBT. Fucker. See, now I'm getting defensive. Okay. Honestly, the American dream. Okay, thank you. And let's not forget Instagram, where she posts filtered chaos and luxury malaise. If deadpan nihilism wore Chanel and got Botox in a Sprinter van, it would be Jackie Schimmel. Her bio should just read, former reality TV intern, current menace, not true, and stupid. Like, this is just... Okay. In summary, Jackie Schimmel is what happens when a diary, a dagger, and a Dior saddlebag merge into one person. And for reasons no one can explain, we're all still listening. Okay. Unoffended. Do better, chat GBT. That wasn't even mildly offensive or insulting. If anything, I'm like deeply flattered by that. Deeply. Diet pills. All I heard, my takeaway is diet pills. There was like a brief moment where when I was getting injected yesterday. Thank you. She was like, well, what do you want? Like, what are your goals? I'm like, do you have a parasite you could put in me? Like, I want to be wayfish. I want to be fighting for my life. I don't care. By the way, I know lots of people with eating disorders. I'd still make that fucking joke in front of them. If you want to send me a DM that you have an eating disorder and this type of material content is my life, triggers or offends you, I say this from the bottom of my soul. Grow up. I'm gonna go. Have a great day, everybody. I'll chat with you next week. This is where we end. Okay. Goodbye.